Series 2, Season 2.
I think they'd have a wonderful time, actually, because Paddington wouldn't really know what a highwayman was, and Dick certainly doesn't know what a highwayman is. So I think they just have a nice adventure. They probably make a wonderful marmalade together.
I know what you're thinking. Who is this guy with the incredible cheekbones? Where does he get his hair done? One day, I'll be the most famous highwayman in all of England.
You are literally about to be hanged, you idiot!
Quick note to my gang. If you were planning a rescue, now would be a good time.
Jim, it's not Christmas. What on earth's going on?
Oh, don't even. I'm like months behind on taking this down. The definition of lazy right here.
That's obscene.
It is. I'm going to hold it till next year, probably.
That is just absolutely ridiculous, Jim.
I agree. I deserve this shame. Well, tree aside, I'm trapped in time more so than Dick Turpin. But I'm curious to know, was there any adventure that you guys think of Dick Turpin that might have been actually real? Or could be real?
I think probably stopping a coach was about as far as the accuracy went, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think the Reddle Hag was a real character, the witch, in the 4th episode. Obviously, I don't think Dick Turpin released the Reddle Hag onto a village to unleash her powers, her evil powers. But Jonathan Wild was real. Hugh Bonneville's character, yes. Jonathan Wild, the thief taker, real guy. For sure.
No, how much autonomy did you have over the outfit? I thought it was just fantastic. It had a little bit of Jack Sparrow in it, but unique to its own time and place. Tell me how many different versions you maybe had, and how did you end up settling in what you did?
I'll tell you what, I had about 155 different versions of that outfit, and we pared it down to 25, and I get to keep 24 of those. There's a touch of Jack Sparrow in there, but yeah, I mean, dandy clothes, just bring them on. I'm going to wear them all day long. I had a sort of huge cape collection anyway, so I brought in a lot of my own clothes, and the costume designer was fantastic. So I was in my element, really. I mean, scripts, you can say what you like about scripts, but costume is where it's at, really.
100%. Hugh, I'm gonna start with you, but this is both of you can chime in on this. I'm curious, what would ever happen if Dick Turpin came across Paddington? I'm just throwing out wild scenarios, but what sort of encounter would that be?
Series 2, Season 2.
I think they'd have a wonderful time, actually, because Paddington wouldn't really know what a highwayman was, and Dick certainly doesn't know what a highwayman is. So I think they just have a nice adventure. They probably make a wonderful marmalade together.
They'd hold hands for sure.
Yeah,
have 11sies.
They'd go off on a lovely tour of London. They'd get on a London bus and go and visit the big wheel.
And I'd make sure his duffel coat's done up so he doesn't catch a cold.
Yeah.
A bear riding a horse could be quite cool, couldn't it? I feel like Dick Turpin would give Paddington a makeover, you know? Get him in a leather jacket maybe, some drain pipes, some sunglasses.
There's tons of possibilities. And which time frame are we putting in? The 1700s or, Paddington?
Wow.
Oh, that's interesting. I think Paddington in the 18th century. I don't know how he'd cope with that.
No.
Really.
Yeah.
He'd probably end up as someone's hat very quickly.
I'm curious, is the cartwheel still going somewhere? Is it still rolling somewhere that we don't know about?
That cartwheel never stops.
I love
That was
Never
another
stops.
stunt that you did, wasn't it?
Yes, that was a painful stunt. Yes, we were talking earlier about the world of stunts when we jumped off a bridge and that sort of thing. I'd forgotten the cartwheel. That hurt. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of harnesses in this show. A lot of harnesses sort of in your nether regions. It's quite tricky when you jump off a high bridge and there's a wire holding you up. It's quite painful.
You guys did it for the art. And whose idea was that gag of that wheel constantly rolling through the screen? Like, is this on in the moment someone creates this, or was this planned from the start?
It was one of the writers for sure. I'm not sure. It wasn't my idea, but I can't remember whose idea that was. But you know what? It was sort of the idea. We had to keep sort of bringing it up when we saw it, so we just kept sort of talking about it in quite a sort of ridiculous way. Like, that cartwheel looks a bit dangerous. It's like you did just keep see it coming.
Good gag.
Yeah, it was a good gag. But the payoff for it is obviously Hugh Bonneville gets
it in the nuts.
Gets it in the nuts. So we knew we had the great punchline coming. So.
Awesome job, fellas. And by the time I talk to you on season 2, this tree will be down, I promise.
I mean, that tree needs to be stripped and thrown out into the street.
Will do.
Bye, Jim.
Thanks, boys.
All right, bye-bye.